Hey everybody, how is everybody doing this Saturday? I hope everybody is having a great day. Thanks for tuning in. Sorry for being late. I haven't posted up anything. I've been kind of busy, doing the whole family thing, running errands, cleaning, all that sort of thing. But I have some free time now, so gonna do some reactions, try to get caught up. I kind of skimmed through this. I skipped about an hour into this. Because there's really nothing going on. She's cleaning and then she has to sit down. She's cleaning, she has to sit down, that sort of thing. And there really wasn't any interesting conversation during the first hour of this. So I kind of skipped to the point that, where it's interesting and I want to talk about it. But other than that, she looks extremely swollen. I mean, the swelling has lessened, throughout the hour, but at the beginning of this video, yeah, she looks horrible. And I'm not saying that to be mean. I'm just saying it. She's just extremely swollen. I mean, it has to be uncomfortable. But anyways, let's get into this.
So, hold on, I gotta have some,
Already. The ceiling is here. And the only way I could describe her face at the beginning of this, I'll try to do a screenshot at the beginning. Oh, she's back. But let me pause. Her face is so swollen. The thing that came to my mind, I don't know if I like watching, videos of little babies and things like that. I find children cute. I love children. But that being said, she reminded me of a newborn baby fresh out of the womb. You know how sometimes their features tend to be swollen, from being in utero. Their eyes are swollen, their lips are swollen, that sort of thing. That's what she reminded me of. She reminded me of a fresh newborn baby straight out of the vagina. Her eyes were so swollen. I don't know, that's what came to my mind. She's like a giant baby.
going shopping with an IK. I don't think so.
Going shopping with an AK?
So, I guess I should explain, because instead of just, basically, because we're going to get this a lot. We're going to get this, every occasion, okay? Birthdays, Christmas, which I don't really celebrate.
Okay, by the way, her little birthday video that she did the other day, I kind of watched it. It was a nothing burger. And people were asking her, what did Salah get you for your birthday? And she said $9,000. So I don't know if that's a joke, because sometimes Chantal has a funny way of joking about something, but it's actually the truth. Especially when she says just kidding after the fact, it's the truth. And that's what she did. So now I'm wondering, and there's also other people saying the same thing on Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it, that he basically gave the money back that she gave to him at the beginning of this whole adventure. So is Chantal going to be headed back to Canada very soon because he gave her a refund? I don't know, but it seems kind of odd. That random figure to just throw out there as a joke. I don't know. I think there might be some truth to that.
Anniversaries, whatever, okay? So, right now, we are sacrificing every single fills, cent,
doesn't seem like
whatever
it.
We're doing, okay? Because we have expensive things in the future we need to save every penny for. So we are sacrificing a lot to make these goals happen. So I guess I'm just going to come right out and say special occasions, birthday gifts, shopping and for unnecessary things that I want are on the side for now. I'm trying to forego expensive coffees, but...
Expensive coffees like that? Expensive coffees like that's your problem. Come on. Stop it.
Ooh, the Casio. The treadmill, I gotta use it.
When you don't use a treadmill for a long time, the mechanism, where the belt is on, it'll start to stick. And if that happens, she can fall and hurt herself very badly. Chantal, you need to use that treadmill.
There's no 9K. I was being cheeky because people were saying that when I first got with Salah, I gave him 9K. Just stupid.
Yeah.
Wolf Pub, there's speakers on every mosque, and there's several mosques throughout every city. So there's somebody who does the call to prayer.
If you hear static, that's not on my end because I'm not wearing a mic right now. That's on her end. So I don't know what the issue is with her phone or whatever she's filming on, but that's coming from her. It's kind of irritating.
And speaking of keyboard playing, there was nobody yelling at us yesterday.
Yeah, there
were
was.
people yelling on the
100%.
On the street.
Come on.
And I was making a joke. Did someone yell? But people take everything I say literal, except when I actually, you know, it doesn't matter. Whenever I say anything, that's the truth.
We actually heard it.
I'm not gonna explain
the person said, "Shut up." You could literally hear it. Now, I don't know. It seems kind of odd that it doesn't seem kind of odd that somebody would yell "shut up" when you're playing the keyboard like a little monkey at 2 a.m. You know, when everybody's trying to get some sleep. That doesn't shock me that somebody would yell "shut up." So stop playing. They told you to shut up.
Solve anymore. But for the financial part, I don't mind sharing that because I do kind of want to. You know, I'm trying to think of like content stuff, and people say I don't have hobbies. I do need to find an enjoyable hobby, but before I can do that, no one yelled "shut up." First of all, nobody.
Yes, they did.
Will do that here. Like nobody's gonna yell at you to shut up here. People do not act that way here.
Okay, but then let's just then if that's true, then Chantal, nobody acts that way. Then who is saying shut up? Somebody was obviously saying shut up to somebody, and if they don't do that there, who were they saying it to then? They were saying it to you. Stop playing.
Our neighbors are very private, quiet, nice people. We never hear them. Very rarely. Like I don't even hear the baby like anymore. The walls are very thick cement. Hey, Ria.
But you're gonna hear somebody say shut up, okay?
Babes. Yeah, you know, if you like, honestly, in the future, inshallah, like I would like to have, we want to travel like a lot of different places. That's going to be expensive. Someday, I'm getting older. I realize that I would like to have, somewhere more permanent, like a nice home or
please,
something, you know. And
can you imagine her with a home, like a home with a garden and a yard and things like that? Can you imagine? She'd probably be pooping out in the yard for, good times.
I get there if we're wasting money on Lush, if we're wasting money on,
that's wasting money. Excuse me, your husband doesn't buy Lush, your fake husband. That's you that's buying Lush. You waste money, not him. He collects the money. He collects your money.
All the time. You know, and hopefully someday you guys will see what all this hard working and sacrificing, you know, like, so anyways, I was thinking hobby-wise, like content-wise, content is kind of my hobby as well. Please. So I think that, I know, right?
Content is your hobby, but yet you put no content up. A live stream of you eating and talking about yourself is not content.
Make my own hijabs? That's a good idea. Maybe someday.
And this is the thing. It's like her and Amberlynn both do the same thing. They sit there for hours talking about themselves, yet they have no actual hobbies in their life to talk about. So whether it be, going to the beach, going for a hike, crocheting, tattooing, horseback riding, whatever the case might be, a hobby. They have none of these in their life. They literally just sit there, talk about themselves and food. Like, I don't even know how anybody could possibly do that, but these two love to do that.
Okay. So what I was thinking is maybe doing some videos on, like, everyday things, like of how we save money on stuff and how to make budget meals and,
please. Says a 400-pound woman. Okay.
And, it's challenging for me. It really is. Because look, when I was in the villa, like, look how much money I used to spend on just box mountain stuff. Frivolous crap that I ended up not taking anything with me. So all of that money was wasted. So, you can't hear me?
Yeah, something's wrong with your mic.
Struggle meals. Honestly, it would probably be better for my health anyways.
So
Andrew Tate impressions.
Does anybody believe that they're saving money, or are they just broke? I'm kind of thinking that they're just broke. Or if they're saving for money, what do you think it could be? Do you think it could be they got fined by the government for something that Chantal did or he did? Do you think maybe they're going to pay somebody for the loophole, aka Coyote or something, to get them to North America? I don't know. We can go on and on with the conspiracy theories on that one as to why they're saving money, if they are.
That would mean I'd have to watch him. And really, I don't need to be enraged. You know?
Yeah, her mic is
Love to
going
hear the
out.
prawn. Mayonnaise sandwiches? You like those? Yeah, I want to design merch. That's another hobby I can do. And that's the thing. But like, first I have to be able to take care of my daily stuff. And how come the audio sucks? What the fudge? So yeah.
Uh-oh, mic time.
Okay, what about now? Imagine if he starts a reaction channel. I don't care. It's okay there. You would, Fluff Puff? Aw. Okay, well, thank you. It's encouraging to hear that. I'd love to hear about my beliefs. I did talk about some, like, benefits things that I've learned and since,
Please no.
Being a Muslim, but
Here we go.
a Korean.
And like I said before, I don't want to. I don't want to watch her and react to her, and I don't want to get into the religious aspect of it. But if she brings it up, I will, or the political aspect. If she brings it up, I'll talk about it. That's not what I come here to react to. I don't think that's why you guys come here to watch. If we want to hear, religious things or political things, we can, go and watch that somewhere else. I wish she would leave that off of her channel. But she keeps bringing it up.
No, I'm not going to pay for an editor. They're not taking all my YouTube income. Are you crazy? So yeah, it's not, I know people are going to be like, oh, you're poor or whatever. Actually, we're very far from poor. I mean, I find it would be like a slap in the face to say that we're poor when there's so many people that have like so much less. Like, we're very blessed to live a very comfortable life, but we need to save and work towards our goals and be responsible, so.
I don't know. You know what it is? I don't know if people are making fun of her, calling her poor, calling her broke, because they're just being assholes. I don't think that's the case. I think what it is, over the years talking about whether it be FFG living in a hotel, making fun of her for that, which is not even true, or talking shit about Yaba and Sam, saying they live in the trailer park and, they're white trash and inbred and all that kind of stuff and all that, just talking down and, about people like that. I think that's probably why people are coming after her and calling her poor and making fun of her in that way. It's not for no reason. Let's just put it that way.
Jewelry, expensive cosmetics and stuff like that are, we have to make sacrifices, And even me, I want to start doing budget meals because my biggest thing for me is food. That's my luxury.
She is so
That's my favorite
swollen.
thing. Fancy cafes and
Look at her
coffees.
eyes. She looks like she's been stung by a bee or some type of like reaction to something. I mean, come on. I would be scared.
Clean the mirror.
Look at under her eyes. I've never had that in my life.
The same people calling you poor. Barbara, that's a good idea. Are the ones who lease everything: houses, cars, printers, etc. Yeah, that's true. And look, you guys know about like my history with bankruptcy and stuff like that. Like, use me as a cautionary tale. Don't live beyond your means.
Please.
Really, before you want to buy something, think like, do I need this? Vegetable soup is so good. I love it. Where would I buy it home?
Yeah, she's a cautionary tale on you make $20,000 in a month and you blow it all on cocaína and food. Yeah, that's a cautionary tale. As far as her bankruptcy, what was her bankruptcy for? She charged food on multiple credit cards and Amazon things on multiple credit cards. I mean, I don't even know. I can't even imagine filing for bankruptcy for something like that. When we filed for bankruptcy, We had to, because this is when the housing market crashed, and we lost house, we lost cars, we lost all of that, and we had to file for bankruptcy to protect other things that we had. So yeah, her filing bankruptcy, I just, I can't perceive that in my brain just based on food charges. It's so weird.
When I think of having my own house, I don't think of suburban modern. I think secluded
Oh man.
in the forest, an old, creepier, older home. I know it would be a lot of money to heat and everything, but, or people are really getting creative with homes these days since they can't afford conventional homes. Maybe buying a bit of land and buying like a mini home or buying a cabin or something like that. Did I give up on TikTok? Yeah, because they can't verify my identity and they can't, like, even with the hijab, like, I lost so much in my life, struggled all my life, so no one should judge others for that. Yeah, true teardrop. You know, it's true, but we have to look at what blessings we have, and
And
you
what
can't
is
compare
that?
yourself to other people's journey. There's just, you can't do it. Why? How can you? I would fit in a tiny home. They're not tiny, like literally tiny.
I think
For
it's
home
okay.
standards. Yeah, but
I
it's like an
think it's
apartment.
okay to compare your life to somebody else's, especially if you're making the same mistakes as another person. Let's just say somebody's making similar mistakes to you and they were able to get themselves out of that, whether it be, money, drug abuse, alcohol, anything like that. And if you've watched them progress in life and become a better individual, I think it's okay to try to compare yourself to them and kind of, if you want to, follow what they did. I don't think there's nothing wrong with that, and comparing yourself to other people. Nothing wrong with that.
I don't mean those little like ones for homeless people. And teardrop, I wanted to say you're very blessed with a huge family full of children. That's and grandchildren. You know.
Jealous.
No, we don't do baptism, Melissa. Oh, Ria, I hope things get better for all you guys struggling. You know.
Yeah,
And
there's
even
a
if I
lot of
do
people
become wealthy,
struggling.
and I've promised this to
What?
God, I've said, if you ever do make me wealthy, I promise to
What?
share it. Like, I'm not gonna go on like Instagram and flash, like, I'm not gonna go buy a Maybach and stuff like that.
Okay, I'm sorry. That says a lot about her as an individual, that she's having conversations or prayers or whatever the case might be with God, saying, God, if you make me rich, I will not buy a Maybach, with the money. I won't do things on Instagram with the money. I mean, are you insane? Your soul is truly lost. Typically, when people have conversations with God and, they need help from God or his guidance or whatever, it's usually, you know, due to an unwell family member, a situation in the world, you know, things like that. God is not a genie where you can rub him and then you're granted three wishes. I have a feeling that's what she kind of thinks God is, like a magical genie, and if you pray to him, he's going to grant you whatever you want. I don't think so.
And it'd be better Kia. A vasectomy. That's for a man. You mean hysterectomy? Honestly, I didn't have a choice. I felt pressure too, like they kept pressuring me to do it, and
Please, here we go.
I don't regret it because they said that it could potentially turn into uterine cancer, maybe, possibly. So no. Yeah. I don't know what it's called for
So
women.
is she
It's
going to
called,
blame the doctors in Canada for forcing her to get a hysterectomy? Or is it that she waited too long when the situation with the ovarian cyst could have been corrected and easily removed without a hysterectomy, but since she wanted to try to cure it herself and that didn't work out, and it basically grew into her uterus, then it became a problem. Not her fault, doctor's fault. They forced her to do it. Okay, Chantal.
hysterectomy, hun.
Just like Amber Lynn, man.
Biology exam. I was
Same.
really good in science,
Sure you were.
not math. Some people get hysterectomy. Can you even get one by choice?
I don't know. I don't
You
think
have to have a
so.
medical reason. So no, I don't regret it. I didn't have a choice really. Vasectomy, you can have
Actually,
choice. You
you
can get
can't. I don't know. Well, at least my insurance, I have Kaiser insurance. And when I had my issue, recently, I just talked about it. Like it was, I can't remember the date when I had surgery. I had asked them if I could have a hysterectomy, and they said no, that they don't like to do that because if there's no need to do it, you actually need your uterus kind of in there. You know, it kind of, because the uterus plays an important part not only for hormonal reasons, giving birth and things like that, but it holds other organs up, like within your body. So, there's other things to think about, that go along with removing your uterus.
yeah.
So I still have
Um,
mine.
but no, I don't question things, like stuff like that I don't really have control over. But in the past, we don't have control of the past. All we can control now is the present, and yeah. Oh, Amila. I think for me, I would just like the ability to, like, I kind of craved a bit the ability to have them, but I don't really want kids. No, I'm just like, I just have to really be honest and just like not be afraid to say that I don't want children.
That's fine.
So,
Look, if that's a woman's choice not to have children, whatever the case might be, that's fine. There's no shame in that. There's nothing wrong with that. But the problem that people have with you, Chantal, is that you talk about other people's children and you talk about other women and how they parent their children. I think that's the issue that people have with you whenever the conversation of children come up. That's what it is. But if you don't want to have children, that's fine. I think it's a good thing that you don't have children because you can't even take care of yourself. So what would you do with a child? That child would probably be neglected, abused, and ignored.
um, will that ever change in the future? I don't know. I'm getting up there in age. So, I don't know. Or like, I
41.
just don't feel mentally well enough to take care of children. Like, if I did have them though, I'd probably, like, I don't know how, I can't say how it would be. Fun
Should be
parents.
horrible.
But I definitely don't want that stress. I mean, like, I don't know why I'm afraid to say it. I feel like it's something that, like, I don't know. Child free, yeah, exactly. Aren't you going to ask us what you should do with your life? It goes against societal norms, yeah, especially in this culture,
Not really. Oh,
but
there,
not really in
yeah.
the West.
No,
Maybe a cool
because
aunt.
not in the West, because women have free choice out here. So, we can have children or we don't have to have children. So, that's the good thing about being in Western civilization is that we have freedom here, and where you're at, you really don't. You have a little bit of freedom, but it's not the same.
Well, my sister doesn't want kids either, so I don't know about that.
Wow, how does
Yeah,
your
who
mom feel
knows?
about that? No grandkids? It's
Yeah, she's
horrible.
30, so. But whatever will be, will be. Who knows in the future what will happen? Nobody except God, so. You can plan all your life for something to happen, and if that's not what God wants for you, I believe that's just not going to happen. That's my belief, but cat grandchildren. Yeah, true baked. I didn't want children either, but I got a son. Aw, that is a blessing, Amelia, yes. Mashallah.
I've always wanted children. I've like for a lot. You know what? Actually, if I could have had more children than I've had now, I've had four. I would have had them. I love children. I've always wanted a big family. Like my dream was always to have like those holiday dinners and like the kind that you see in the movies, where the grandkids come over and there's like all the grandkids, the presents, the holiday meals, the barbecues, the get-togethers. That was always a dream of mine because I didn't have that as a child. So yeah, I like I said, I love my four kids, but if I could have had more, I would have.
Oh, yeah, I had big shoes on. Yeah. I used to always wear my aunt's, because when I was born, right, my mom was a teenager, so I lived in the family home
I
in
thought she
Longview,
wasn't. Now she is.
small
Okay.
town in Ontario, with my grandma, my grandpa. They were still married. My mom, my aunt, my uncle, and a collie, a big collie, and a cat. And my aunt was She was older than my mom. She's like a few years older, and she was, always dressing up, and it was like the '80s. So she had those big boots that go up to your knee. I called them way up boots, and I always used to like to dress up in her things. And she said whenever she would be getting ready to go to a party or whatever, and she would be doing her makeup, there was a little stool next to her stool that I could sit and watch her. And she said I used to go like this close to her face and watch her put her mascara on.
Is this an episode of Degrassi or something? I don't know. We would have heard about this before. Now all of a sudden, and the story, did they actually live, all those people in the house like that? I've never heard that before. She could have talked about it before, and I just don't remember. But yeah, I thought from what I remember, she always talks about as her mom, like going to college, and she lived in an apartment with her mom and all that kind of stuff. I've never heard this story about all the family packed in there like sardines. Oh, well.
And to breed. Yeah. Yeah, anyone can breed. Well, technically, unless you can't, but has anything to do with parenting. Breeding and parenting are different, so. Yeah, so cute. Just like you.
Yeah, so that explains you then.
Do you get spanked? No, never. Maybe she did help with my makeup. I always liked makeup. Always liked makeup and food. Always. I remember as a kid, like I always say, I remember chips, my first bag, how they made me feel.
That's so
weird. It was
weird.
like the best thing at the time. Like the whole world stopped. I remember they were Hostess dill pickle chips with one of those little stick-on tattoos in them.
And I always think because that bag of chips is like a pivotal moment in her childhood that she always remembers, and she remembers the feeling that those chips gave her. I wonder if somebody gave her those chips because she had a traumatic experience and she was crying or something like that, and they gave her the bag of chips to feel better, and then that memory kind of stuck in there. So every time now where she's feeling depressed or she's upset about something and doesn't know how to handle those emotions, she goes and eats food. My honest opinion, there's something that traumatic that happened to her for her to have this self-soothing mechanism thing with food. There's something there. She doesn't want to go to therapy to work through that. But yeah, that's just my opinion on that.
Like tattoos you put water. It smelled like dill pickle. It was like a bat, I think. I don't know. And I got a bag of chips from the convenience store. I know if I did have kids, I know this is hard, but I would like to think that I would keep them away from junk like that. Because
why?
The last thing I would want is for them to become a food addict. And honestly, genetically, they wouldn't, because it wouldn't be biological children. So yeah. I don't know.
That's like, the worst thing you can do for a kid, though, is I've always believed that you'll create a food monster by doing that. You can kind of regulate the snacks and the treats and the things like that kids get, but I don't think you should completely block out things from a kid, like candy and cakes and things like that. I don't think that's right. I don't agree with that at all. Unless the kid is diabetic.
Addiction is it is genetic a lot of the time. And since my dad was an addict, he was food and alcohol. But alcohol, not for me. Luckily, but...
Please. Because she's the type of addict that goes from one addiction to the other. If given enough time, she would become an alcoholic, 100%.
You remember your first ketchup chips and Lime Crush playing in the park with Heavenly? Yeah, true. Ketchup chips. I used to love those. Verifiably true, yeah. Yeah, exactly. Oh my gosh, look at the cat. What do you think you're doing? What do you think you're doing? Huh? Baby? Are you having an afternoon nap? What do you do? Stop being cute. It's illegal. She's so happy. Yeah, she's a happy cat. Are you a happy cat? Are you a happy cat? Yes, baby. Mama loves you. Mama loves her baby. You're so sweet. You're so sweet. A special treat. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Her RBF eased up. Oh, she makes my eyes water because she's so cute. She's dreaming of Chiru. She had a nice breakfast. What do you do with mom?
Why does she have... What does that look like, a bruise, or is that from the CPAP? I don't know. It's the same side that swollen eye is on. I don't know. Maybe I'm reading too much into it, maybe. I don't know. That just seems kind of odd, doesn't it? Looks like a smack in the face to me. I don't know. I could be wrong.
You have a stinky bum. You love stinky. I can't stop giving my grandkids sweets when I watch them. I said, I do try. If they ask for a cookie, it's hard. I know, they're cute faces. That's the thing, you know? Food makes us happy, and we want to make them happy, so I get it.
No, I
It's
don't.
hard, yeah. It's really hard. It's hard.
But
It's
that's
like,
why
you know,
you don't use food as like something to make a child happy. That's not what it is. Like, I don't know. I've never treated food like that with my kids. Now, my kids, my kids are big. My boys are huge. Like I said, my oldest son, 6'7". My youngest son right now, he's 15. He's 6'3". And they're big. Like my oldest son, probably at his heaviest, but you're talking about a linebacker. He's like 350 pounds, but it's like solid muscle. My younger son, he's probably going to be somewhere right up there, same thing, when he finishes growing. I've never hidden food from them, and they can eat. Like I said, if I showed my grocery bill, you'd be like astonished. It would be amazing, like the amount of money in the food that these guys eat. But I've never done that, so I just find it odd.
making us and other people happy with food. It's like ingrained in us. You know.
I don't know.
Do you like mamul? Yes, I do. We love mamul. When you grew up, did you have free access to the fridge and cupboards? No, I don't think so.
I think she
Vanessa,
would.
thank you.
She'd be one of those moms that would do that and then hide all the food for herself. I swear there was a case that I saw on YouTube about that, where the mother would have all the food, and then she had like adopted children, and she would hide the food and not let them have any, and she locked the refrigerator and stuff like that. It's on one of the cop channels that I watch. A story like that. Chantal would be that type.
Yes, I know I saw. Thank you, Vanessa. You're always appreciated. I don't remember ever as a child just... No, as a teenager, yeah, I usually did. My mom would tell me, like, stop eating.
Wow.
But my mom is not a food addict. I think it's hard understanding food addiction unless you really experience it. But she's had issues with her weight, but not to a degree like me, you know.
Is her whole family
So-
obese? I'm wondering.
But
On both sides.
she's not skinny, but she's not fat. Like, I don't know. But yeah, she's very short too. Food is good. Yeah. My uncle doesn't have a cat. He used to have 2 cats. Hershey bar and pepper. No wonder you have a sweet tooth. That's true. My mom, when she was pregnant with me, she always liked pickles and olives. So that was one of her cravings. Maybe that's why I love them right now. But
Why are you
yeah.
saying you're pregnant?
My uncle has a Roddy named Titan. He's the best dog ever.
I don't think
Like,
that's a
seriously, he's so sweet.
Rottweiler. I remember that dog. I don't believe that's a full bred Rottweiler. I think it's like a mixed breed. Because I've had Rottweilers and that's not what they look like.
I love him. Oh, okay, Amila, that's good though that you lost weight. Spoiling a child, no, yeah, it's not good. It's not good. You know, I was spoiled, and you know, like I'm learning to unspoil myself in my adult years. You know, so. But my mom, I was spoiled, but mostly not really mostly by my mom, my grandma.
Yeah,
spoiled
we
me
know.
so bad every time I saw her. I loved going to her house as a kid.
And we know
because
how you manipulated her as well. You've talked about it. So, great job.
she would give me money. She would take me shopping for whatever I wanted, and pretty much anything in her house, I would say, "I like this, Grandma." She would say, "Take it home with you," and she let me go in her kitchen, have anything I wanted.
I mean, that's
You
what
know what I
grandmas
mean?
do.
So.
I don't know if that's being spoiled. I think that's what grandmas do because my grandmother did the same thing with me. I mean, I wouldn't go in her house and ask for stuff. That's kind of weird. Like, can I have this? And then, no, I wouldn't do anything like that. But as far as like giving me money and things like that, yeah, of course she did. I think she did that with all the grandkids. That's grandma.
Yep. Yeah, grannies. Early teardrop. Yeah. It's here, but it's expensive, Amila. I don't think that, I don't know, I have to like, because once you come off of it, I think I have to just learn to deal with my eating issues a different way. Get to the root, not band-aid it.
Exactly.
You should never spank a child. Yeah, it's hard to, I don't know.
You just said you would beat the crap out of a kid the other day.
Like my mom, I'm very lucky. Yes, Barbara. My grandma couldn't.
She just said that she would give Das Boot to her kid if she had one. She just said that the other day. So now all of a sudden, it's hard to say. Okay. Why did you see the outrage? The videos that people were making saying that you would beat the crap out of a kid? I think so.
And one of my sisters, really? There was favorites. My sister was always more close to her dad's side of the family. And I was always like more close to my mom's side. My dad's side, as a kid, I was closer, but not now. Like I haven't even talked to anyone from my dad's side in like forever, since my grandma's funeral.
Wow.
And I was like bawling that my grandma passed away, and they were not bawling, and they were all looking at me like I could tell they were gonna gossip about me later, that like I was crying so hard, because like they're like, I know what they're thinking. I'm not stupid. They were probably thinking, you never even saw your grandma that much. So, like, she's still blood. I don't talk to my dad, but if he passes away, I'm probably gonna bawl.
So what? Let me guess. She was never around that grandmother, and she wanted to garner all the attention at the funeral, so she created the biggest scene, and that's probably why the family was staring at her. Or she is literally the illegitimate child that they didn't recognize, I guess. I don't know. And why was she there? Who knows the dynamic in that family? But that says a lot.
Like,
wow.
And they were all looking at me like, what are you doing crying? Like, hey, swag daddy. My sister and I, what did you ask? We don't look alike, no. She looks like her dad. I look like my dad.
You don't look anything like your dad.
Short dress. I hate haters who were like, you wore a short dress to your grandma's funeral. Like, what? No, my grandma didn't have a funeral. Or to go visit my grandma in the hospital. Who cares what I wore?
Ew.
Like, it covered all of my bits. Like, at least I was there with her, and we had to wear a PPE anyway.
Who says that? Who says that? Visiting their dying grandmother in the hospital, talking about the haters, talking about a whore dress that you were wearing. Well, at least it covered all of my bits. You're disgusting. You can't even, like, go back, realize what you did. You were coked out of your mind wearing a whore dress and a wig, looking like an insane person. You can't even acknowledge that, take accountability for that and say, yeah, I probably shouldn't have did it, but I was, out of my mind on coke or whatever. You can't even take accountability for it. It's the haters. And I was wearing PPE. Oh my God, you're disgusting.
People are stupid. I was there with her when she took her last breath.
We are.
Yeah, people can stuff it.
So what, Chantal? Who cares?
For that crap.
Why do you use that all the time? I was there when she took her last breath. Well, I was there when my son took his last breath. You don't hear me talking about it every day. Nobody cares. Just like nobody cares that I was there for my son as well. So stop it. It's not something to use, as like a gotcha moment. Nobody cares.
It's the solution that counts. Yeah, true. That's right. I gotta finish the living room here. Oh, you were adopted. Yeah, I think I remember you saying that. Crazy, eh? But they feel like you're obviously like your parents, right, Teardrop? Did you ever meet your biological parents? Sounds like your grandma loved you very much. Oh, yeah.
So Teardrop was adopted?
So anything you hear about me, choosing the abuser over her, never.
I
helped her at least once, sometimes twice more. I would visit her and help her at least once a week with chores or whatever.
That's a lie. Okay, all of us that were there during that time watching all of this play out know that is an absolute lie. All of that time was spent with the Egyptian fellow, to the point where even her best friend Pete's was left to be by himself after his cat died, and everybody was like begging her to stay with Pete's. And what did she do? She abandoned him and went to the Egyptian's house. The same thing that she did to the grandmother when the grandmother was basically dying in the hospital. Yeah, nobody believes you. There's no way that you were going and doing all these trips for your grandmother while all of this was going on. No way.
And also groceries, took her shopping. We went out a lot. I miss that.
Please.
And when she went to the hospital, it was COVID time. I was there a lot during her last days.
That's a
And I
lie.
spent hours with her.
No, you didn't. Like, literally, we watched all of this play out. No, she didn't. And if she would go, I don't even remember. It was probably maybe less than I'll give her the benefit of the doubt and I'll say this. Maybe a handful of times she possibly mentioned the grandmother during this period of time, but I don't even know how many times she visited. Maybe 2 at the most. Yeah, she's lying. This is all, we can all prove this on video.
Yeah, you can travel with ashes. But her ashes are at my mom's.
And why I'm saying this, prove this all on video, because during this period of time when she was coked out of her mind, she was like live streaming for hours, like 5-6 hours at a time. Yeah, so when were you visiting your grandmother? At midnight? I mean, no, that's when you were at the Egyptian's house, so come on.
Oh, they adopted you as a preemie till you were 15. Did you feel kind of like let down, or you didn't, like, was it painful, like it hurt? You know
Isn't
what I
this
mean?
a
Finding that
conversation
out?
you should have somewhere else?
Your mom mentioned a script go. Tiffany, can never be a YouTuber because I'm not only sensitive. Yeah, don't do it then, Tiffany. No, I don't wish I had a twin, Jean Whitaker. People are jealous your family actually loves and cares about you. Yeah, I think, Zach, that's probably why they try to, like,
Get
come
out of
after my
here.
family, or they try to make it seem like they don't love me, or, like, make up lies about me and my sister, like saying I
First
put
of
her in
all,
a
nobody is jealous that your family loves you. Nobody actually cares. And all the comments that are made about your family or your sister or your mother is because of what you have said or what we have watched on your channel. Other than that, how would we know anything other if you didn't tell us, Chantal? So come on, stop it. Nobody's jealous of you. Nobody's jealous of the love, alleged love that your family gives to you. Stop it. Stop trying to make your life seem like something that it's not.
lawyer. That never happened. They were literally believing lies from, nice, Vanessa, yeah, Mom's Day. Yeah, I'll send my mom something. But I had this old friend, like I told you about her. She used to do witchcraft on our other friends and try to get them to be unalived that way. She's insane. Like, this
Okay,
girl,
but I'm going to pause it right here before she even goes any further. What does that say about you that you had a friend like that? Okay, if this friend was so bad into LOL witchcrafts, was it even witchcraft? Did she even know what she's doing? Who knows? That what does that say about you, Chantal?
anyway, she's the one who said I laughed at the 9/11 jumpers. I think she's projecting because
No, we saw that on. No,
she
there was a videotape of that. Come on. It's been deleted. Nobody got it. Somebody has to have that. But I remember it.
idolized Dylan Klebold and Eric Harris,
So?
the Columbine people. Yeah, she had a crush on them. Okay, so
That doesn't make
don't
her
talk to me about
evil.
morality, lady. Yeah, mannequin, exactly, right.
Mannequin. Look, I'm sure there was probably other girls that probably had a crush on those two guys. That's, girls, some girls like the bad guys. That doesn't mean anything negative towards her.
Yeah, she's insane, and she when she latches on, and she's had so many.
That's
and
your
there's a
friend.
few people, I'm sure they could tell you. She's tried when she hates you, she gets a vendetta against you. There's no length she will not go to try to ruin you. She's one of those people. Like, man, the thing
That was your friend. So what does that say about you, Chantal?
she used to do, she turned against a couple of her other friends, and
So I'm saying, so then that was her friend, and then obviously Chantal did something to rub her the wrong way, and this friend turned against her. So what did you do to her, Chantal?
she did. But then she met the person in face, like after they were fighting, and she got her ass kicked bad by the person. I was like, yeah. Sorry, but she deserved it. Like, she put this person through hell. If you only knew this person, and your first indication that she's not a good person is that she's a farms member. Okay, sorry, but
What does that
I don't think
mean?
that good people go on a forum
You go on there.
dedicated to hating on somebody in really disgusting detail. You know, I don't believe that those people have a very nice, fulfilling life, but that's just me. Like, yeah, it was crazy. Yes, exactly. Yep, that kind of evil, an evil eye protection. I have God. And people have tried to do voodoo on me. People have tried to do all kinds of things on me.
Who has tried to do voodoo on you? Somebody's put the juju on you? Come on. Come on. Oh, you know what? I take that back. Probably somebody has. The Santeria, maybe. Let's just say that.
Unprotected bitch. So, anyway, like, Larry, she was vile. She has some nerve going on there. So, anyways,
Yeah, and she's the one that you called CPS on, right? And she's the one, and doesn't she have a kid? I don't know if the child had Down syndrome or autism or something like that. Yeah, didn't you say something about that as well? Yeah.
she's also the friend whose BO-ridden boyfriend, who she had her kids with,
Here she
came to
goes
my house
talking
with her one
crap.
day on my birthday.
People in Kuwait just don't do that. They just don't talk about other people. They don't do that here. Yeah, well done, Chantal.
My friend, you should come to my birthday party. She had pretty much ditched me all the time for this loser.
Good.
And,
So what?
they
That's what, you know what? When I've had friends, that's typically what happens when one of your girlfriends gets a boyfriend or they get a girlfriend or whatever the case might be. They tend to like go off with a boyfriend or girlfriend that they want to spend time with, and you kind of get, lost in the wind or whatever. And then if they break up or whatever happens and then they come back to you and you're still their friend, that's what a good friendship is, Chantal. You know nothing about that. You're jealous of the boyfriend. Figures, and now you're talking crap about him. I'm not surprised.
he lied, and she was in on it. They made me cash a fake check and
How
go
do you
into
make you?
the negative
Come
on
on.
I was a teenager, on my bank account.
First of all, I have a feeling you were in on it. I don't think anybody's going to make you cash a fake check. Were they holding a gun to your head, Chantal? Were they holding any of your relatives hostage? Nobody made you cash a fake check. You were probably in on the scam.
Karina, yeah, she was. Yeah. Yeah. I have some really good friends. I should reconnect with some.
Please.
But I have some really good friends. I had some really good friends in my time. BO-ridden.
Yeah,
Oh, it's
Shannon,
awful. My
and
mom
look
was
what you did to
spraying after we
her.
left the house. She's like, don't have
Yeah,
that
you
guy
had
over.
Shannon for like 20 something years, and look at how you treated her. You treated her like a piece of trash. You're a horrible individual. You're a horrible friend. You're not loyal to your friends at all. What you did to Shannon was disgusting.
Ever again.
And not only that, I'll say what you've done to Pete's is disgusting. Horrible.
Hey, Maxine. He had the worst body odor I ever smelled in my life.
I don't know.
It was disgusting. Anyway, I'm not saying everyone can be smelly once in a while. This was bad. My mom is a clean freak like that. But I'm thankful that she was always clean, because honestly, I've seen on TikTok, I don't know if it's like a trend, but people are normalizing
You need to get off of TikTok.
parents having disgusting, I mean, like, okay, clutter, you have kids, it gets messy. But for me, if you have children, like, I don't care, my house gets messy, I'm not hurting anyone but adults here. You see Julia, her area is clean. Hey, dog paws. But to have your kids walking around in filth, that's not acceptable. I'm sorry. Like, that just breaks my heart seeing that. Like, no. And they're proud of it too, like, come clean my house with me for CPS visit. What?
You know what? I have no idea if this is going on. I'm not on TikTok like that. I don't know why anybody would be bragging about a CPS visit. That's kind of weird. I have no idea if that's even going on. I hate TikTok. So stupid.
BO smells like
You know what
onions.
TikTok reminds me of? It's like a race to see who could be more outrageous or controversial at this point. It's I don't like it at all.
And Funyuns. Bed rotting is fine. You know, I lay in bed all the time, but no.
Bed
I won't let
rotting is
my house get filthy anymore. Hoarders, it's the filth. It's not just clutter, it's the filth. Like, I don't know, they just throw the garbage on the ground all the time or what?
You did that.
Yes, there's one on TikTok, Amanda McGee or something. Go look at her house. Like, your kids should not have to walk around in that. There's like animal feces all over. No.
That was your house, remember, at one
CPS
point?
cleaning on TikTok, yes. I understand depression and everything, but like when you have kids, you have to. I don't know. It's just
Says the person with no kids. Okay.
Yeah, had to be clean enough to, yeah. Even depression, I understand that it's honestly, if you think cleaning is hard as a normal person, if you literally have debilitating depression, it's a lot worse. It's way worse. But I've learned even myself, we're responsible for our life. We can't, so you either get help somehow, or you have to force yourself to do it. Like, unless you're like medically debilitated, like I have to force myself to do things.
That's what I'm saying. Can you imagine if she had a child? If she's having to force herself to do things now, and she's a narcissist on top of that. Can you imagine with a child? Because when you have a child, your life no longer is your own life. Like it belongs to your child as well. She would never be able to do that. Never. She would always come first, never the child.
Depression is one thing, being proud of it is another. Yeah, exactly. You have to try to snap out of it, because you know what? A dirty house only adds to your depression, which is like, if you think about it that way. You know what I mean? I saw a comment, someone, because she said that she has cleaning paralysis, and he's like, is that what we're calling lazy these days? No filters today, yeah. I watched a cop video earlier. They visited a house with autistic kids and they were living with poop stain. I saw that teardrop.
What are you guys watching?
I don't have kids. I'm not a parent, but I still have the right to be disgusted by that. I'm sorry. That's vile.
What? But you guys are like seeking this stuff out on TikTok because obviously, the algorithm will see what you're seeking. So what are you guys watching is the question. You guys are disgusting. You're looking up this stuff to watch it. This stuff doesn't just randomly come onto your feed on TikTok. You guys are actively searching out this crap. Why? Because you like watching it? You guys are gross.
Scrape coat. That is sad. No child should live in that crap. Literal. No. No, they deserve a clean home. 100%. Like, no, sorry, that's the number one thing, a clean house, especially with kids. Like I said, if my house gets messy, I'm an adult, like, But with kids, no. My mom too, Larry, she was always cleaning, yeah. Cleaned my room too, which I don't think that helped. I should have been doing that myself. Just sit on their lazy asses, yeah, that pisses me off. No. Key lime. I don't know, key lime. We'll see.
She said her mom cleaned her room. Now, that's something I won't do. I will not go into any of my children's room. I've never done it. Their room could look like a bomb went off in there, crap all over the floor, trash, whatever. That's their room to clean. If they want to live like pigs, they can live like pigs. If I tell them to clean it and they don't clean it, well, then you're not going to go out tonight or you're not going to play your video game. That would be the punishment. But no, I would never clean my child's room. They want to live like pigs, they can live like pigs in their room.
I can't really talk on that right now. There's a difference between clutter and filth, exactly. My kitchen, no matter how much it's clean, it's going to look cluttered because it's small. Like, But there's no dirty dishes, nothing like that. Like, I take pride in, you feel good. And I'm a depressed person. I'm like,
you know what? Good. But it's a lot different for her to say that because it's just her and maybe Glitter Tits if he's there. I don't even know if he's there half the time. Versus having an entire family, with children eating at different times of the day, different clothes to wash, people make messes during the house. That's like a whole other monster in itself, taking care of a family like that. So I don't know if she thinks living her life like she is now would be similar, the way she's cleaning all of a sudden now. If she thinks that would be the same versus like having multiple people in the family. It's not the same thing. And I don't think she would be able to handle it, honestly. Because she could barely handle this. Can you imagine if she had like 3 or 4 kids to clean up after? There's no way.
Cleaning up and tidying up.
There's no way.
Good, Smokey Jane. Yeah, that's just awful.
Her clothes are still sitting on the floor.
Having to remove a child from the home. But I remember, like, that has such a bad effect on your children growing up in a filthy home. I used to go, one of my best friends as a child, I felt so bad, her and her family.
Talking about
Their
somebody
house
else.
was, like, you couldn't even see the stairs. There was just dirty clothes. Like, I used to slide down them on the clothes to get to the bathroom. It was awful. It just dirty, garbage on the floor. And I remember her brother, he was a teenager. He didn't want to get friends over.
I never heard this story before as well. Is this an episode of Degrassi? I don't know. Or some other show? Gilmore Girls, maybe?
You get made fun of in school. You get humiliated by it. It's just awful. You feel like, why is my parent not cleaning, you know? Feng Shui, dirty house, yeah. Yeah, in religions, you need to be clean. Yeah, cleanliness is next to God, it's true. And I take full responsibility how the villa used to get. It was bad. You know, I would just escape everything. Like, everything. But I did clean, like, I did do big cleanings, but I would let it get bad sometimes. Yeah.
And then blame depression for it.
Yeah, Lisa, that's the thing. I'm sure having kids, it's so hard to keep it clean. But, you know, like, especially I feel bad. I don't know how people do it. Like honestly, hats off to you if you're a single parent and you have to work full time and keep care of your home. Like, I couldn't do that. No, I know myself. Like, I would lose it. Like, you know, there's no way. Working and taking, if you're a stay-at-home parent and your only job is to take care of your kids and clean, then, you know, that's, you know, different, but.
That's hard. Excuse me. I don't like what she just said right there. First of all, I'm just saying this based on me. I've had an opportunity to live both those types of life, as far as working and raising the children and taking care of the house, and being a housewife, raising the children and taking care of the house. Working a job is far less stressful than being at home 24/7. Let me just say that. I don't think stay-at-home moms get enough credit for all the stuff that they do during the day, running the house, taking care of the children, back and forth to school, prepping the meals, washing the, like, just so much work goes into that. When you have a job, sometimes it's an escape and you actually enjoy going to your job, you know, to get away from the monotony of the house, you know, it's repetitive, same thing all the time. So yeah, shut up, Chantal. You don't know, like, it's like you're belittling women that stay at home or men that stay at home taking care of the children. No, it's actually harder than actually leaving and going to work and then coming home and doing the stuff. Shut up. Just based on my opinion.
It was really disgusting. When she came home, her white socks were black. She doesn't go there anymore, Rhea. My mom was like that too. She let me hang out with this one friend, but I didn't go to her house often because of that. So my friends always slept over at my house. House isn't spick and span. Oh, I've seen, you know, some of it, Teardrop. It looks fine to me. You know? But you have an excuse. You're not well, you know?
That's still not an excuse. Hire somebody.
But yeah,
you have children. Doesn't Teardrop have, like, grown children? Why can't they help if she's bedbound or whatever the hell is going on with her? Don't her children help her at all? Or wait a minute, no, they're fighting actually, aren't they? None of them get along. And then Teardrop's always throwing her children and her husband under the bus at every moment in the chat all the time. So I don't think Teardrop actually lives in a happy household at all. I think that's toxic over there. That's probably why her and Chantal get along. They're both toxic.
Mine is not ever going to be. I'm not that type of person to go with a toothbrush and do the corners of every, you know. If it looks clean enough, that's good. So, but
wow.
Actual filth with, like, shit on the floor, on the walls, no, that's unacceptable. Gross me out. And this girl, like, her fridge, her fridge was so gross. Like, your kids are going in that fridge to get snacks, man. Oh yeah, messy house is normal. I'm talking about really bad filth, you know. Oh, good dog paws. Oh, little crazy frog. There's more where that came from. Key lime. I did some cleaning, yeah. I just have a few things to finish, which we'll do right now. How about that? I can't wait for dinner. What time is it? It's 1. Where do I get my clothes from? Right now, like when I'm living here, like Timu, when I go to Canada, usually Pennington's or Torrid or something. Alright guys, let's finish this room. Poor kids, yeah. Okay.
Is she gonna scoot and clean? What is this?
Over here. Oops.
I'm gonna fast forward. I don't even know what she's doing. What is she doing? She could barely bend over. What is going on here? Doesn't she have a vacuum? What is she doing? Oh, that was on the floor? Wait a minute. What the heck was all of that on the floor? How is her floor getting that filthy? Unbelievable. I don't even think my floor is that filthy, and I have dogs in the house.
There was a dingleberry near her box.
I can't, this is the reason why I clean my floors twice a day, sometimes 3 if it's raining. Yeah, because I don't like stepping, and we have like the tile floor downstairs. I do not like stepping on the floor and then feeling crap under my feet, like, little particles, whatever. I hate that's just like, I don't like it. So that's why I'm constantly cleaning the floor. So now I'm looking at that dustpan that she picked up with all those particles of whatever. It was a cat litter and food. I don't even know what was in that. She's walking around that apartment with all that crap on the floor. Gross.
Wash my hands.
I can't imagine. I'm like, imagine myself doing that once I finish cleaning. It's clean. Like, just saying that, like, what? It's like she did something big right now. Wow. But I guess, considering her physical condition and her health problems, yeah, I guess maybe she needs a reward, I guess. I don't know. A gold star. She's out of breath from sweeping the floor. Unbelievable.
I have the shittiest broom. And the dustpan. Total welfare, but whatever.
I don't like when she says that.
Cheers.
I don't like when she says that because we don't have the 99-cent store anymore. But we do have like Family Dollar and stuff. She would consider that like welfare stuff. I like it. I shop there. In fact, I was in Family Dollar yesterday getting stuff. So yeah, I like the welfare stuff.
Booze. Hold on, guys.
Again.
The Katte's live. She'll be live for a while. Maybe I'll tune in. I love your cat. Thank you. You're watching. Oh, purple Christmas lights. I like the soap. So last business, they have huge bottles of soap, like foaming hand soap. My son Ramadan's ending. I feel like I should have connected more, but that's my personal issues. Good night, Tiffany. Thanks, Mike. Nice to see you. Yeah, I gotta get off of here late.
Well, I'm gonna end this right here because I think that's about it. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what this whole thing was about. She seems to be like in a more subdued mood. I don't know if she is medicated. I don't know if she's self-medicated. I don't know if she got an ass whooping from Salah, maybe his father, who knows? Maybe the town. I don't know. Something weird is going on. But I guess time will tell. Anyways, I'm probably going to look at the other video that she uploaded, some type of pasta dinner, LOL, and see what that's all about. But I will see you guys later. Bye.